I think you guys gonna like it. It's a solid 50 card deck. There's no side deck. I think you could create your own side deck with the stuff you want to put into it. But I don't want to waste you guys' time. All right, intro.
I'm just up in my sway. Stay in my bag, I got plenty for days. Chief and that Zod don't come with no haze. Jewelry all on me, it's wet like a tray. Addicted to pay. Know all the steppers, no kidding to play. Look at my team, see all of us made. Came a long way for minimum wage. Hey.
What's going on, y'all? Evan U7 here, back with another video. And today we had the Android 17 U7 Deem Deck Profile. Now, this is a deck you guys can play around with. I made it to where your multicolored cards stay in the deck, meaning you don't have to warp anything, because you need 5 multicolored cards in order to play Apex of Power. The deck is based on defenses, defending yourself, arrival, and stalling out to turn 5. But you still do some aggro because Android 17 is tough. All right, here we go. All right, so we have the front side. And just to clarify this, guys, y'all know what this deck does, so I'm just going to go through it real quick to show you what I got. But, you know, I do some little descriptions on what I added, some details. But, of course, you have to lead an Android 17. You draw 1 card when he attacks. We added red blue multicolored Carti energy. Of course, you switch up to active mode. When your life is at 4 or less, you have a U7Z battle card, each cost of 2. More in play, draw 1 card, switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode, add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 life. And of course, on the Awaken side, you have Words Universe 7, just like the front. When you use any of these abilities using a Z battle card, when you play, attack, or block, you can draw a card. And then if you discard 1 daily class from your hand, when you use Arrival to play a red blue multicolored battle card, choose up to 1 of your Universe 7s with Arrival, and it gains barrier for the turn. You guys know we got to start off with the Android 17 Calm Judgment. You can search for multicolored card, energy cost of 6 or less, and if you discard 1 extra multicolored card from your hand, when you discard a combo area, you draw 1 card. So you get a lot of draw power from that one. Next, we go into Android 18 Selfless Savior. You can pitch this card into the drop if it's the only if there's no other Android 18s in drop to protect your multicolor Android 17 or your red Android 17 cards. You know, the 6 drop. You can also search for a red U7 card which costs of 6 or less. And of course, you have to shuffle your deck after. Now with the Super Saiyan guy Son Goku. Now the reason why we run 3 of these is that we put the card in the energy area, so that way when you use U7 powers combined, you can switch it out and have an active mode energy. Next we have Frieza. Overwhelming Omnipotent. His energy cost reduced by 2 if you have a Z-Bat card in play. Not only that, you draw 1 card and neg something by 15k. Of course, you have to run the 4 Beerus super combos on top of multicolored energy. You can put in this the Z energy area, and you definitely need these to Arrival. Next we have Friendly Rival Frieza. When you use this card combo, you can put in Z energy and you search up to 1 red extra card and put it into the drop and shuffle your deck. So you can use U7 powers combined. You can use all things weirdness together, and this is a really good card to play. And you search out your deck to get closer to your Apex of Power. Next we have Android 17, a move that turns the tide. He is a rival red blue. When his card's played, look at top 5 cards on top of your deck. Add up to 1 red blue multicolored card, energy cost 6 or less. And you get the KO one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost of 4 or less. Not only that, if you discard 1 card from your hand, you get to choose up to 2 red blue cards, both with 5k combo power, and U7, and from your drop and combo with their skills and get it for the turn. And they can also go into your Z energy. We do have Son Gohan Strength of Conviction. This is an early game one because we do run Sleepy Boy techniques in the deck. You have 3 more energy. This card gains Invoker and activate battle. If your lead card is Warrior Universe 7 and it's your opponent's turn, switch up to 1 of your red blue multicolored cards in the energy area to active mode. And you can't play battle cards from your hand to the end of your next turn. So yeah, be iffy on that one, but we only go for this for the Arrival part. You want to see this early game. If you don't, then don't even worry about playing it. We got to have Broadly Crown Retribution. These cards are amazing, but One thing is that we have to be on the lookout for counter plays, anything that's trying to hurt us, counter plays, and super combos. Still one of the best one drop cards in the game. That's the reason why I got it right. Next, we have testing the opposition, free blocking the gates. Y'all know what it does. But of course, we do get hit early, so we want to get down to 5 life and then protect ourselves until then. We have 4 sensu beans for sure. I love these. The Goku and Cell ones. Still one of my favorite artworks on them. We gotta protect ourselves, man. Y'all know what it does. And tap 2 energy, well, up to 2, and gain plus 5k for the turn. That's actually a good thing that they eroded this, because now we use untap while swinging. Oh my gosh. And of course, we have U7 powers combined. You basically place a U7 card in your drop area, and you switch this card out with this one in active mode, and it's also sensu beam and a something about 30k. It's an Empress Deck Beam, just without the ignoring barrier. Really beautiful card. It's like the Power Rangers. And of course, we have combination attack at 1. You can literally just choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and he costs 5 or less, and returns his owner's hand. And untap 1 energy and switch to active mode. Untap one of your red blue energy and switch to active mode, to be exact. But you want to target Z battle cards, because Z battle cards are a threat in this meta. Next, we have weirdness together. You basically just blow up the field. And we are searching through our deck a lot, not just for Apex, but we're trying to get all our resources quickly. You can also use the Frieza battle card to send a extra multicolored card, a red one, and this is also red. You can send it to the drop area and add it back to your hand. This is actually one of my favorite cards. I love blowing stuff on the field. Next, we have Daily Clash. Really great card. If your lead card is red, or you were a 7 card and you sent one U7 card and this card from your drop to your ward, when one of your U7 cards will be removed from your battle area by an opponent, skill or KO, you draw 1 card. Another thing is that you can also use this activate battle. If your leader card is mono red, U7 card, choose up to 1 of your red Android 17 battle cards. Switch to active mode, and it gets plus 10k power for a turn, and at the end of your turn, switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode. So if you swing with your Android 17, you do Daily Clash, it stands back up to active mode, you swing again. Empress Deck Beam, y'all know what it does. Negative 30, ignoring barrier. Also, we're not warping. We actually want to keep these multicolored cards in our drop because of Apex of Power. And there are times where I'll actually tap 3 and neg something on field. I do not care, boy. Next, we have 2 Exemptive Reprisals. It is a multicolored card, and it is a negate. You can neg something by 10k. So leader cards or battle cards. Shoot, hit a Z battle card if you need to. You could put these in energy, but of course our main focus is to use these and put them in the drop. Next, we have Sleepy Boy Technique. It's a really great card. Energy exhaust, counter attack, negate the attack, draw 2 cards, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and return it to his owner's hand. We run 3 of these. We are drawing. We do not care. We need to get these cards, and we also keep these in hand. And I actually, for the most part, to get rid of Android 17, you will be tapping 3 and playing this, which is fine. But Android 17 for the most part will be protected based on your matchups. Next, we have Son Goku Vegeta Apex of Power. Y'all know what it does. Shut off the board, hit your opponent, and you win the game. It's so beautiful. Goodness gracious. We have 2 Android 17s, impeccable defense, barrier blocker. If it's your opponent's turn, switch this card to active mode. When this card's played, it can't be KO in battle for the turn. Next, we have Ultra Instinct Son Goku, Unthinking Onslaught, Deflect, Barrier, and Do Attack. You can also play this card from a Z stack card. If this card is in rest mode, of course, you can discard 1 card when you use one of your Raze skills battle cards in combo area. Choose up to 1 of your cards and it gets plus 5k for the turn. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. Activate battle limit 1. If your leader is a warrior, you reverse 7 card, which it is. You can switch this card to rest mode and you add 1 Raze skills battle card from your drop to your hand. Then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or units and it gets minus 15k for the turn. Which is actually really smart, because what you would do is, because you have the skill is there, right? And then you have powers combined, U7 powers combined, right? So basically, remember, this would be an energy here. course, you send it, you switch this out. Later game, you play this, activate battle, and then switch card to rest mode, and you can choose up to one of your Raze skills from the drop. Nice little technique for sure. Son Gohan during onslaught, use E-stack, and basically on your opponent's main phase, you will actually want to tap one energy and play this. So you just put it on top like that. So yeah, we played two of these. This is actually the card we want to see. This is the card we actually want to play, and then go into Android 17. Son Gohan Master Student Technique. So this is a blocker, Z-stack as well. But when he's played from the Z deck, this card gains barrier until the end of your opponent's next turn, which is really good. If there are 4 more colors among in your Z energy by air drop and warp in your opponent's turn, put up to 1 U7 Piccolo Z battle card with energy cost of 2 from under this card and place this card under the play card. Now we're not really focused on Piccolo because we don't want Piccolo in the Z battle card section, but he is a blocker, he uses Z stack, and he gains barrier, and he's 16k. Next we have Frieza Resurrected Ambition Deflect Double Strike. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards when it costs 5 or less and KO it. Also, once per turn, place up to one of your Z energies in its owner's drop. So when one of your other green battle cards with each cost of 2 or more attacks, your opponent scores 1 card from their hand. You can definitely run this in multiple green stuff, especially the new green stuff that's coming out in the next Zenkai series. Yeah. So that's it for the Android 17 Invoker Deck Profile based on Apex of Power. Be sure to have a positive day, and remember, the Lord loves you. Bye.
Wow, that was such a cool deck list. Almost as cool as my little tail. Now, why don't you make sure to subscribe to EvanU7 on YouTube and Instagram. And Instagram is EvanU7Glover. Bye.
And this bitch going crazy.